All right, Darwin, we're ready when you are.
Good morning. What is paradise to you? Is it a place? Is it a feeling? Is it an idea? Anybody? I'm really asking. What is paradise?
Idea.
Idea?
Idea.
Has everybody thought of paradise as a place? Have they ever thought of that?
Oh, yeah.
The little Tahitian island thing? Beach going, right? Yeah. Well, you remember Lloyd from the other day? He's from the Philippines. And while we were back there, we had a chance to take an adventure to Boracay, which is your typical island paradise. And today I'd like to tell you the story of the adventure we had in going to Boracay. Okay. So you know where we started out was Manila in the Philippines. We had already traveled 24 hours in airplanes and airports to get there. Stayed for a few days with his family. Getting blasted with light, sorry about that. Stayed for a few days with his family, and then went on to go further into the provinces. From Manila, way up there, we traveled. It was actually only about an hour airplane ride down to Kalibo. Kalibo was really interesting. If you could envision a 2-lane road with a pig farm on one side, a banana plantation on the other side, and a big old concrete building at the end, that's the Kalibo airport. Welcome to Kalibo. We made our way through the airport, which simply means going through the building, over to the bus stop. Now, in the Philippines, at least out in the provinces, which is what this is called, buses are what they call jeepneys. If you can imagine a Jeep Wrangler that's been chopped and extended about 10 feet so you could fit 12 people facing face to face in the back, and then painted really, really, really gaudy colors, like almost like they had a contest for who can have the gaudiest. Well, that's a bus. And we're about to take that bus from Kalibo all the way to, it's not even on the map, a little town up here called Calacan. Through here, we get through Kalibo, and notice it's the closest airport, and the streets of Kalibo are typical of the capital of Aklan, which is the name of this island. Very, very congested, like the arteries of a 90-year-old man. But once you get outside Kalibo, out through here, you go through vast open rice paddies. Lots of motorcycles running around and children on the side of the road and rice drying, up into the rainforest, over the mountains. And actually, as you come up into the mountainous area here, right through here, you notice we're elevated, if you know how maps work. And yes, I looked off to the side of the jeepney, and way down there was a little white line. That was the surf. Looked off over there, and there was Boracay. It was like a green emerald surrounded with white pearls and a vast blue velvet ocean. Absolutely gorgeous. We finally get down to Calacan. We board the ferry. Yes, this is a picture of the Calacan dock and a ferry on a ferry. We get over to Boracay, and here's the Boracay dock. You notice it's a little less high-tech than the Calacan one was. We're kind of getting into the edge here. We unload the ferry by strapping our luggage on top of the taxi cab, which is a sidecar on a motorcycle. They call them tricycles. And I'm not your typical sized Filipino. So I'm sitting in the back seat of this tricycle with my luggage strapped on top and this metal hood up here, and I'm bouncing along like this. So I just stick my head out and wave hello to the natives as we go. They seem to get a kick out of it. So all this simply to find paradise. Truly, your typical white sand beach. Not Tahitian island, Philippine island actually. Children playing, families enjoying, Germans that shouldn't be wearing Speedos. It is truly a slice of paradise. And indeed, once you see that sunset, you realize that it was all worth the effort. Now, I say this today to tell you that if you know what your paradise is, you need to pursue it. It might be a long way off. You might have to go through jungles. You might have to go over mountains. You might have to go over oceans. But if you know what that is, and you have that vision, and you pursue it, you will find it, and it will be worth it.